17. Therefore, do not let anyone judge you about what you eat and drink, or about the observance of a festival, or of a new moon, or of a Sabbath. Those things are a shadow of things to come, but the reality belongs to the Christ. So see, friends, Paul highlights that Christians were not to let others condemn them or make them feel as if they were sinning on the basis of not keeping certain days. Those inspired words suggest quite a change in God's requirements for his servants. This was a change from the old to the new way of things. The Christian or the Israelite to Christian worship system could be illustrated this way. When a nation changes its constitution, once the new constitution is legally in place, people are no longer required to obey the old constitution. Even though that some laws in the new constitution are the same, others may be different. So one might want to study the new constitution to see what laws now apply. And we read that Romans 10:4 highlights that Christ is the end of the law, which results Christians being discharged from the law. And consequently, the whole system of Sabbaths, as being days, years, or weeks, was brought to an end by the sacrifice of Christ Jesus. And we now fall under the law of the Christ. And that law mainly stands fulfilled when we love Jehovah our God and we love our neighbor as ourselves. So friends, if we're no longer required to keep the Sabbath requirement because Christ fulfilled it, and we're under the law of the Christ, how can we benefit from it today? How can we apply it locally here in Southwest? Well, the Sabbath means to rest, but it also gave the body rest. But more importantly, it provided an opportunity for an individual to demonstrate faith and obedience. So we do well to ask ourselves, are we living by and promoting the law of the Christ? For example, in the congregation, our goal is to build up one another in the spirit of love. So we should be careful not to add to the burdens of others by taking upon ourselves to impose our own ideas in matters of personal choice. Friends, we run the risk of displeasing Jehovah when we speak against one another or matters that should be left to an individual's conscience. And let us also to remember, friends, that the elders are also assigned to watch over the flock, to give us guidance and direction. And sometimes some of the hardest guidance and direction to follow comes under the elders. And may be attest to our sheep-like qualities to listen to the voice of the under-shepherds. For example, when the elders ask us for various reasons to make adjustments, perhaps in expanding our ministry or using different methods, how well do we respond? Or maybe a specific encouragement on meeting attendance. How well do we listen? Hebrews 13:17, Paul encourages us to be obedient and be submissive to those who are taking the lead. Paul also showed a flexible and cooperative spirit in dealing with his brothers. Friends, in these critical times, it's important for us to seek ways to encourage one another. When we as individuals put the law of the Christ in work in our lives, Jehovah's heart rejoices. Each one of us is precious to Jehovah. Can we comfort and encourage one another as we struggle to serve Jehovah together? Can we be willing to imitate that same flexible and cooperative spirit as Paul did, as long as it doesn't compromise Bible principles? You see, friends, in doing so, we set a fine example for those around us when we cooperate with others and don't insist on doing things our own way. It's vital that we remain loyal to Christ's arrangements, friends, because if we perceive the spirit behind the direction that we receive and its beneficial effect on us, we will likely follow that guidance with joy. And when we earnestly uphold Christ's direction, friends, we strengthen the faith of others, and we contribute to the unity of our congregation.
That was a very good research. Brother Crockett, we thank you for handling that assignment effectively. Again, we thank you for your mode of dressing and your conclusion. That is good. We are watching your study number 1, effective introduction. What do we mean by this? Your introduction should be able to catch the audience and arouse their interest. Yes, I want to listen to more of this. Yeah, you started off by when